It's the Extremist Movie Debate, and tonight we're talking 2017's Life.
I am Joe.
I'm unpaid intern Jeff. One of us is going to love it, one of us is going to hate it.
Who's a coin?
Decide their fate.
Do you have a coin?
There you go.
Oh, alright, cool. Alright. One of us will...
Let the coin decide.
Oh, I love it!
I hate it. Hey guys, don't board a ship and let some weird alien attack you.
Who boarded the ship?
That one guy.
Oh, right. This movie has a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes it sort of fresh.
So not from 69.
It's well-deserved.
Jeff, since
yeah, it's a well-deserved 68.
Unpaid intern Jeff, since you hate it, Carlos Diaz-Reyes of Vanguardia says, if it had less budget, it would be a very funny horror movie, but it feels more like a flat product, close to being boring. And yes, this is a positive review according to Rotten Tomatoes. Jeff, please discuss how this movie does or does not have merits beyond the horror thriller genre. I'm sorry, Jean-Claude
Van Damme.
You have 1 minute.
Thank you. So this movie doesn't really have any merit because it's not an original movie whatsoever. It takes cues from Alien, it takes cues from Prometheus, it takes cues from Gravity. Like, it's such like a melting pot of good movies that this movie is trying too hard to mimic, that it's just really bad and boring, and you don't care about any of the characters, you don't care about any of the story. It's shitty because they tried too hard to make it something that it was never ever gonna live up to being. Can you stop, like, nose whistling, guy? Like, is that the thing?
It is coming through pretty heavy on the microphone there.
My nose is whistling?
Do you need to take a break and catch your breath?
No, I'll just mouth breathe.
Alright, let Joe talk now.
Joe, you have 30 seconds.
I don't think this movie is necessarily trying to be the most original movie ever, because A, it is a space movie, B, it is an alien movie, and that like classic movies have been made and before this one, but I think they did a really good job of just streamlining the plot and just making this a very simple movie, and I think that works in its favor because it actually lets you delve into each character's past, and each character is fully fleshed out and fully rounded, and because of that you do care about the characters because they all have their own very specific backstories and their very specific reasons for being on the spaceship.
Unpaid intern Jeff, you got 15 seconds.
I would really love it if you could explain to me how we got each character's backstory. The only person we got backstory on was Jake Gyllenhaal, and that was in a line of the nurse telling him his muscles have atrophied because he's been on the ship for too many trips. That's the only person that we get some sort of backstory on.
Joe, please take 15 to respond.
Well, no, you get more because you get the you get one of the actors about how he just had a kid, and they're all giving that to him, and you see Ryan Reynolds and how any engineer could do his job, and he's also married. It's just, you have to pay attention and actually watch the movie and watch the visual cues to get the backstory. Nothing was spelled out for you.
All right, Joe, this next one's for you.
Thank you.
Richard Von Busak of Metroactive says, it's unclear this movie has a reason to exist beyond the reason of showing what a sucker's game it is to try to top Alien. Can you please try to defend the position that this movie is anything beyond a carbon copy of Alien, The Thing, or even a standard final girl horror trope? You have 1 minute.
No, I mean, I feel like I can't really defend that because this movie is kind of an homage to all of those like classic sci-fi alien movies.
Ripoff.
And that's the thing. You can call it a ripoff if you want, but this movie's really well constructed and really well written. So whereas the premise isn't necessarily the most original thing, like the writing is really strong in this movie. So whereas you're watching it and you're enjoying it and you're getting this backstory and you're making these connections with these characters and you actually care. Every time a character dies, you care when that happens. Like, there's nobody that's just expendable and dies just for the fact that they're dying. Like, they're not building up terror through death. They're building up terror because you care about these people, and then you're seeing them slowly get picked off by this alien that is seemingly unstoppable. And that's kind of the fear of it, is you're watching people you actually care about die. It's something that's seemingly unstoppable, kind of like life. Life is going to kill you regardless of what you do. We all die. It's going to happen eventually. I'm talking about
the
life.
Eddie Murphy film?
No, not with Martin Lawrence. No, not watching. Not referencing that movie.
Jeff, you have 30 seconds.
So you don't care about anybody's death because the only person, like I said, they give backstory to is Jake Gyllenhaal, and that's that he's dedicated his entire life to being in space, and so his body can't handle that anymore. And so this movie is, I mean, we'll bring it up when we can argue back and forth. But anytime someone died, it was because they were being a stupid idiot on the space station. That guy, the biologist who like befriended him, the alien, and got like his arm broken, he deserved to die because guess what? You don't befriend an alien species. You as a biologist should know this. Like, why are these space idiots a bunch of dum-dums?
Gonna cut you off, Joe. You got 15 seconds.
That's fine.
I've already explained it to you once. You actually just had to watch the the visual cues, and then you would get everybody's backstory. You actually just have to pay attention to what's happening on the screen to get those backstories on each character. And secondly, you do care because nobody deserves to die. And this guy's a biologist, so this is
Jeff,
what he's
you've got 15
interested in.
seconds.
Biologists are scientists who study things just to study them and understand them. They don't study things to make a connection and befriend a tiny alien that is potentially going to kill them, which, spoiler alert, it does. Fucking Ryan Reynolds goes in trying to be the hero, blown away with a flamethrower, and dies because guess what? They didn't realize that fire can't kill an alien. So why should I feel sympathy for these people that are making bad mistakes after bad mistakes?
All right, gentlemen, please fight for 4 minutes.
So first of all, Ryan Reynolds isn't going in there to be the hero. Reynolds,
he's 100% going in there to be the... Yeah, that's your argument.
No, I'm trying to explain to you, but you're loud as shit.
That's
and
fine.
I can't talk over your loud voice. So here's the thing.
All right, I'll let you
here's
speak.
the thing. Okay, so it's previously established that Ryan Reynolds says...
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan
Riddled everybody
Ryan
on the
Reynolds.
steps by deciding to jump into the room with
Ryan
a shitty
Reynolds.
flamethrower and go, I got this, guys. I think it's dead. Let me open this cabinet. Oh no, it's eating me. Brr. Like, if the first 30 seconds did not kill this alien, don't go in there and try to keep fighting it with fire. You're fighting alien with fire. That's a shitty idea, and it's also from another alien movie. So
okay, so first of all, it's previously established that Ryan Reynolds says that
it's dumb.
Just a handful, just numerous people can do his job because he's just an engineer.
Well, we only know that
shut the fuck up.
We only know that because he
shut the fuck
says,
up. Shut the fuck up.
anyone could do my job. Like everything.
That's
in
what
this
I'm trying to
movie
say.
is
I'm trying to
established
tell
by one
Jeff,
line of dialogue.
I am trying to tell you that that's previously established because he said it. You're bitching that people aren't like.
But
people don't talk about what they want to do. People aren't just vocalizing. They're not vocalizing their backstories.
Quit hitting that
they're not vocalizing their backstories. That's your complaint.
It's being said.
That is your complaint. And now you're trying to bitch about somebody who vocalized their backstory. It is shown. God damn it.
Oh, okay. So I should be stoked that this movie is 90%
How much did you fall asleep during this
exposition.
movie?
I was awake the whole movie. That's the issue.
There is no
I think I
exposition.
would have
That's the thing.
dreamed a better movie than I
Ryan
watched.
Reynolds
This is
married?
all
What?
exposition
It's
of people going,
Jeff,
this is my backstory. You should just understand that and let's move on from there. And everyone just goes, okay, guy, I've been on this space station for months at a
Jesus
time.
Christ! Can you just not talk? You're not even listening to the words coming out of your mouth. You've contradicted yourself so many times. Just
have you
talking.
Listened or have you just acknowledged that I've been speaking? That's the thing. Here's the thing about people like you,
You're
Joe.
saying a bunch of nonsense.
You understand that people are speaking, but you don't try to take their opinions and their point
Nothing you
of
says
view.
has any merit. You are just
You're just like someone on a
the words are
Trump
just
message
spilling out
board
of your
right now. You're just
goddamn mouth.
yammering on because you don't like
can I
what
talk?
people are saying.
So he's not being a hero. He is basically, it's already been previously established that
He
any number of
decides,
people-
I'm going to fight this
any
alien
number-
with a fire
Jesus
gun.
Christ. You're impossible. I
That's
don't want
fine.
to fight with this guy anymore.
I mean, that's fine, because it's
No.
because you're wrong. And obviously, this movie is essentially just Jacob's Ladder.
No, Jeff, because you just can't stop talking. You're like pulling an Ethan. No goddamn wonder Ethan wins every debate.
All right,
He
I'll
just
give you-
vomit. No, I don't
I'll
want
give you
anymore.
30 solid
I
seconds to
quit.
talk.
No, I quit.
I won
talk
this
about how we
debate.
actually feel.
All right, what'd you actually feel about this?
This movie's bad.
It's fine.
It's bad.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
It's boring. It really is like a rip-off of every good like space movie.
It's called an homage.
But not really.
Just because you don't understand that, it's fine. It is just an homage to this movie. It's not trying to hide the fact that it's borrowing from Alien. Or
No, I mean,
it's borrowing
it does.
from the thing. It's not. It's not doing any of those things.
The ending
And
is
secondly,
essentially
if you do pay attention to the visual cues, you do get the backstory.
But not really, because every other line is someone just saying.
Every single character in this movie is a different character, and nobody's expendable.
Everybody is expendable.
None of them make any dumb decisions.
Are you sure? I feel like
100%.
So I mean, I don't want to get mad at you, but the biologist poking around with a sharp object when
He wasn't poking around with a sharp object.
He was.
The thing broke his arm, then the thing broke it in half, and then escaped because the thing's smart as shit. Just because you didn't pay attention
So I'm
and
saying,
you're
like-
making assumptions about